All right, so you're like the metal meteorologist.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking, like, why metal? Like, when did that happen?
I think hobbies are important, like, especially as we get older and everything. I don't know why I'm doing this with my sleeve right now.
It's hot. I did it with
It's
mine.
warm in here, man. And I think I like subconsciously saw you doing that. So I'm like,
That's a good idea.
anyways, metal, ADHD. So, hobbies are important, right? And for years, I've been drumming, and it's all because of my dad. Like, I have a picture of he and I drumming, and I was 4 years old. Like, it's as long as I can remember.
That's cool.
Music's just part of me, and I don't know where I would be without it. And especially metal, because of like what we were joking about before, ADHD. It is that style of music that I think you can tap into that and the creativity. And there's a bunch of stuff going on, but it makes sense. You know, so
and you drum, so like you're hitting stuff. That's always fun.
And it's such a stress relief, and it's the one time I feel like my thoughts are coherent. Like, it's the one time I feel like my mind's not racing.
You know, I played cello growing up in high school. I still have it, but I only take it out every so often.
Okay.
But I feel the same way. Like, when you're locked in, like, it's like everything else just fades away, and
nothing else
music
exists.
Yeah.
And
I used to describe to people, they'd ask me like, how do I visualize when I play music? And like in my head, whenever I'm hitting the the bridge and such, it's almost like Guitar Hero in my head, and like that's how I visualize it. So I'm listening to it. Side note: Guitar Hero is how I got into listening to like rock and stuff like that, because I kind of grew up in a family where like we were not to listen to anything that wasn't gospel. So like a lot of people these days are like, "Hey, you've heard that one song, right?" I'm like, "No." Like I'm like musically stunted. But no, you're right. Hobbies are important for me. I think video games are my hobby.
I was just about
and
to
being
ask.
creative,
Yeah.
because to me, a lot of people, they hear about video games and it's like, "Oh, Call of Duty," and it's like I've heard people say it's mindless, but for me, video games are the ones that I play are narrative experiences, and they're the voice acting that's involved in it. I feel like to completely dismiss games as just, oh, well, it's just a time waster. No, man, there are some beautiful games out there. There's people that work very hard to build the environments that are in there, the rich story that's in there, the voice acting. I don't know. And some games, I'm not even kidding, they have like photo modes in it, and I spend literal hours just taking pictures within the game.
That's wild. And you were even saying, like, I think it was last week or earlier this week that, Jordy was just hanging out in your lap.
Yeah, he was sitting right there, just playing.
And I think what's amazing is that sometimes, and I'm not a dad, so I'm interested to hear your perspective on this, is like, once you become a father or a husband, sure, your identity changes a little bit, but you still get to have that hobby. And part of why I became a drummer, an amateur drummer at that, is because of my dad having that hobby for X amount of years, and it influenced me to where that's now my hobby and my passion, aside from what we do for work. So I was like interested to hear how you're able to juggle the serious parts of your life with the stuff that you do for fun and to keep sane.
I don't think you have to give up your hobbies when you have a kid. And I think if anything, you should like expose them to it, because they may enjoy it. They may like it because dad likes it. I don't know. I like games because my dad played games.
Okay.
Like he played the first game I remember playing was the original, the Super Nintendo Legend of Zelda, and that is my favorite. That is my favorite game.
Yeah.
That is because my dad exposed me to that. And there are some other games that he and I kind of bond over, like nerd stuff and etc. But yeah, it's because my dad passed it on to me, and so I guess there's that thing where you feel that connection to your parents when they get you exposed to something. For my mom, for cooking, like I love cooking because I did that with my mom. So I guess engaging in a hobby that you enjoy, but also bringing your children into that, I feel like I hope that Jordy one day enjoys it. But if he ends up not liking games, that's fine. Like I just want to be able to support him, whatever he ends up liking.
Sure. And I mean, you just hit the nail on the head. To this day, I will learn a drum part, and I'm like, I got to tell my dad.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, without getting morbid, at some point, I'm not going to be able to do that. That's just life.
No, it's true.
And it's so important to me that when I do either find a band that I share with him, we have different tastes in music. I'm more the metal side. He was playing everything from Huey Lewis to Aerosmith to Three Doors Down to like Kenny Chesney.
Oh wow!
And he's very diverse in that sense. But couple of months ago, the band Sleep Token that I absolutely love.
And they love you.
And which is just crazy. I learned a part, and at the end of learning it, and I got it on video and everything, I turned the phone off. I started crying because I was like, I was finally taken back to a time where I didn't have all these responsibilities, and the first thing I did was like, Dad, you got to check this out. This is crazy. And we get to just kind of bond over that, as I'm always going to have the respect for him because he's my father, but he's also become my friend through that.
Yeah.
And so that's where I think we kind of started out this chat by saying hobbies are important because it's not just fun, but it can foster something else. Like, I don't know, do you have an online community of friends?
Oh, absolutely.
That's amazing.
I spend a lot of time on Discord, yes.
That's amazing. Like, you get to form bonds and friendships with total strangers from other parts of the world.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
And it's the internet. I think for a while, but people thought it was weird. Oh, you have friends on the internet, but it's like, no, it's communal. Just because you're on the internet sphere doesn't mean that it's any less of a friendship. And I have friends who I have gamed with for literal years, almost decade now, that I have fond memories with. I'm curious to know, what are your hobbies? What do you enjoy doing? What communities are you a part of? Share a little bit, because I'm curious to know.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's so much more to us than our job description. I think that's how we get to know some of you guys, is like, you tell us what you do for work. Tell us a little more now. Like, let's get to know each other. And I'm interested to see what you do to relieve stress, because everybody's stressed. Not one person can sit here and say they have zero stressors. So I want to know. It's cool.
You're the metal meteorologist.
Yes.
I'm the gaming journalist. What are you?